This video review is offered to you by FromTheExpert.com, your resource for project management training for the entire team.
We're here to review Basecamp, a cloud-based project management tool. And Mark, looking at our 3-point review, the collaboration is great. I thought sharing messages, to-do lists, updates, all that was made quite easy in Basecamp.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good tool, like you said, especially for the collaboration aspects of it, and it'd probably be good for managing smaller projects.
Now, why do you say just smaller projects? Why not those big projects we're working on?
Well, it's got some limitations. So I like the to-do list, for example. I like the fact that it's easy to create a new list, add tasks to that list, assign tasks, put due dates on those tasks. But there's no easy way to put dependencies, which I think
wait a second. Is that really such a big deal for us out
well,
there?
Maybe you're right. Maybe on smaller projects it's not that big a deal, but these things have a tendency to get complicated fairly quickly, and that inability to put dependencies of one task in another can be a limitation, especially if you're starting to get a larger project, more complicated project.
All right. Well, I can live with that. The second point I really got excited about Basecamp was its calendaring aspect of it. I can tie, for example, into my Google calendaring tool if I want. It was made quite easy, so I can use that day-to-day working on my projects.
Yeah, I agree. I like the fact that it's easy to create these new events, and it's not just a Google Calendar. You can easily get those events put on other calendars depending on what your team members are using. But I did find one limitation to it, which was in going to the to-do list. So if you...
So again, is that such a big deal, Mark, on this? I mean, we're talking about just calendaring.
Well, but see, let's look at it. So if you're putting a due date on a to-do list item, it would be nice if there was an easy way to get that to put on everybody's calendar.
Now, what about small projects, large projects?
Yeah, again, if smaller projects, it's probably not as much of a limitation, and you're probably not going to have that many tasks and due dates. But it is a limitation on the calendaring function.
The third point I really liked about Basecamp was its repository system, where you can share documents with your team members, you can look at templates, you can look at what somebody else was doing on a document, and you can control access to those documents. I thought that was quite powerful.
Yeah, I agree. I like that collaboration aspect. So all your documents are in one spot in that one repository, as you said. I like the fact that it's integrated well into Google Drive, so it's really easy to put documents in there. And I also like the fact that at the bottom of each Basecamp is sort of an action list that's showing you what's happening on the project. So
now, I forgot to mention that. That was pretty good. I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah, that is a nice feature. So if somebody modifies one of those documents or adds a new document, it's real easy. You can see what's happening at a glance by looking at the bottom of each Basecamp. So I think that's a really powerful feature. It makes it easy to keep track of what's going on.
All right, so we're 100% agreement on that one.
Absolutely.
Well, let's take a look at our rating of Basecamp. Well, Mark, I'm going to give it a 5 for its ease of use, especially on small projects out there that, again, a lot of us work on small projects, so I'll give it a 5.
Because of the limitations on that to-do list, I know that kind of bothers you a bit.
That doesn't surprise me. Okay.
But I'm going to have to give it a 4. I'd really like to see the ability to put dependencies of one task on another. I think that would make it very powerful.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on the review of Basecamp, a project management tool out there. But to learn how to manage your projects and build your skills, please visit us at FromTheExpert.com.